Good evening, all of you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay. So we were discuss about the applications of the Gauss's law in the last class. So with that, we are came to the end of this chapter. But now I want to discuss the exercises of this chapter. Okay. I hope you are throwing with the equations that we are studying with this chapter, right? Do you remember the equations that we were discussing in this chapter? What about the Coulomb's law? Can you state the Coulomb's law? Tania, can you recall the Coulomb's law?
Force of attraction or repulsion between two charges is directly proportional to the magnitude and inversely proportional to the square of distance.
And it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. And what about its equation? How it is represented in equation form?
1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 into by r square.
Okay, all right. Now we can do the exercises of this chapter. Okay, now we can discuss the exercises of this chapter. I will share the screen. What is the first question? Vidur, can you read the first question? Yes.
What is the force between two small charged spheres having charges of 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb and 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb placed 30 centimeter apart in the air?
Yes. That is, what is the force between two small charged spheres having the charges of 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb and 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb placed 30 centimeter apart in the air? I hope you have with the NCERT textbook, right? All of them have the textbook? Or do you want to copy down this question? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am, we have this.
Okay. So in this question, there are two charges are given. So we can take 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb as Q1 and 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 as charge Q2. And what is the distance of separation between them? What is the distance of separation between them? It is 30 centimeter, right? So what rule that we can use here? So here we have Q1 is equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb and Q2 is given by 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb. And the distance of separation, that is R, is given as 30 centimeter. But what is the standard unit of length? What is the standard unit? SI unit of length?
Meter.
Is it in centimeter? No, it is in meter. So we need to convert this 30 centimeter into meter. That is given by 30 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Okay. Now, what is our question? Calculate the force exist between these two charges. What is the force exist between these two charges? So we can use the Coulomb's law here. What is our Coulomb's law? F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by R square. So that is F is equal to, what is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0? By substituting the values, we have 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to, did you remember that value?
9 into 10 raised to 9.
Yes, very good. It is 9 into
10.
10 raised to 9. 9 into 10 raised to 9. So instead of this 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, we can substitute that value. F is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9. Q1, Q2 divided by R square. What is our Q1? Q1, 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 into what is our Q2? 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 divided by R square. What is the distance of separation between them? Distance of separation between them is given by 30 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole 30 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square. Then what happens to the value of force acting between these two charges? F is equal to nine into 10 raised to 9 into 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 into 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 divided by 30 into 10 raised to minus 2. So it becomes equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9, 2 into 3. What is 2 into 3? Or we can write it is 2 into 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 into 10 raised to minus 7. What is 10 raised to minus 7 into 10 raised to minus 7?
10 raised to minus 14.
Yes, it is 10 raised to minus 14, right? Divided by 30 into 30 because it is 30 square. So we can write 900 into 10 raised to minus 4, right? 900 into again this 2 is cut by 100, it becomes 50. Okay. So F is equal to, and what about 10 raised to 9 into 10 raised to minus 14? 10 raised to 9 into 10 raised to minus 14, it becomes 10 raised to minus 5, right? So the equation is become 3 into 10 raised to minus 5 divided by 50 into 10 raised to minus 4, right? Again, this 10 raised to minus 5 and 10 raised to minus 4 is cuts. Becomes F is equal to 3 by 50 into 10 raised to minus 1. What is 3 by 50? 3 by 50. Or you can say what is 1 by 50? 1 by 50 is equal to 0.02, right? 1 by 50 is equal to 0.02. So this becomes equal to 3 into 1 by 50 into 10 raised to minus 1. That is equal to 3 into, what is 1 by 50? I will write it here. 3 by 50 into 10 raised to minus 1. So the force is becomes equal to, F is equal to 3 into, we can split the terms, 1 by 50 into 10 raised to minus 1. And 1 by 50 is equal to 0.02. So F is equal to 3 into 0.02 into 10 raised to minus 1. 3 into 0.02. What is 3 into 0.02? That is equal to 0.06 into 10 raised to minus 1. Then it is yes, S it is equal to 0.006, right? It is equal to 0.0606, or we can write F is equal to, when we are changing the places to left side, it becomes equal to 6 into 10 raised to minus 3. What is the unit of force?
Newton.
Newton. So the answer is becomes 6 into 10 raised to minus 3 Newton. So this is the force is exist between these two charges, Q1 and Q2. We have two charges, Q1 and Q2. Q1 with a charge 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb. Q2 with a charge 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb. It is separated by a distance of 30 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Then The force exists between these two charges is calculated using the equation Coulomb's law. That is F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by R square. By substituting all the values, and we can find F is equal to 6 into 10 raised to minus 3 Newton. Is it is clear? Do you have any doubt with this problem?
Ma'am, since it is given it is kept apart in air, should we not use epsilon r?
Yeah, here the charges are kept in air, right? It is kept in air. That is why we are using epsilon 0. Air means it is free space. If there is any medium is present, like the solid or liquid mediums are present, then only we are using 1 by epsilon 0, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon r. Here it is present in free space. That is why we are using the equation for the free space or the air, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. If there is any medium is present between these two charges, then we must use the equation 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon r. But here the medium is air. That is the free space. Clear? Okay, can we move to the next question?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the second question. The electrostatic force on small sphere of charge 0.4 microcoulomb due to another small sphere of charge minus 0.8 microcoulomb in the air. It is also in the air, present in air, with a 0.2 Newton. Okay. So what is the question remaining? I think. What is the distance between the two spheres? Here there is a sub-question. The question is in your NCERT text. The sub-question is this. What is the distance? What is the distance of separation? What is the distance of separation? We want to calculate the distance of separation. And one more question is there. What is the force on the second sphere due to the first? Okay. Now, whenever you get a problem, first of all, you just write the values that is given in the question. Okay. So we can write the physical quantities that what are given in the physical terms. Here, the charge Q1. What is the charge Q1? Q1 is equal to, what is the charge is given in the present question? The second one, second problem.
0.4 microcoulomb.
Yes, it is 0.4 microcoulomb. So we can convert. How we can convert a microcoulomb to coulomb? Multiplying it with a 10 raised to minus 6. Okay. The microcoulomb can be converted into coulomb by multiplying it with a 10 raised to minus 6. So it becomes equal to 0.4 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb. Q1 is given by 0.4 microcoulomb. That is equal to 0.4 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb. And Q2 is given as, what is the value of Q2? Minus 0.8. Minus 0.8 microcoulomb. That is equal to minus 0.8 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb. Okay. Then here there is no distance of separation is given. We want to find out it. That is our first sub question. But one more term is provided here. If they are present in air and the force acting between these charges is given by N is equal to 0.2 Newton. This is the force of attraction or repulsion. Since it is two opposite charges, here the force is present is force of repulsion. The force of repulsion between, not N, the force of repulsion between these two charges, F is equal to 0.2 Newton. The force of repulsion, F is equal to 0.2 Newton. Okay, now we want to calculate R. We want to find the distance of separation, R. Okay, Here also we can apply the Coulomb's law. According to Coulomb's law, F is equal to, what is the value of F? Punya, what is state Coulomb's law? F equal to
1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q1 Q2 by R square.
1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by R square. But here R square we want to find out. So we just rearrange the equation. R square is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by F. That is R square is going to LHS and F is came to RHS. So R square is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by F. What is the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, Nandana?
9 into 10 raised to 9.
Yes, it is 9 into 10 raised to 9. What is Q1? Q1 is 0.4 into 10 raised to minus 6 into Q2 is 0.8. Why we are make the negative sign here? Why we didn't take the negative sign?
The magnitude.
Yes, because the product of magnitude of the charges. Magnitude of charge means modulus of minus 0.8, that is positive 0.8. That's why we are not taking the negative sign. So 0.4 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 0.8 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by, what is the force acting between them? It is given by 0.2, right? It is given by 0.2. Now multiplying these values, that is R square is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9. 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 0.4 into 0.8. What is 0.4 into 0.8? 0.4 into 0.8?
0.32.
0.32 into 0.32 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 10 raised to minus 6. What is its value? 10 raised to minus 6 into 10 raised to minus 6. It equal to 10 raised to minus 12, right? Divided by 0.2. So R square is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 0.32 into 10 raised to negative 12 divided by 0.2. Okay. Now, again, R square is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9. What is 0.32 divided by 0.2? 0.32 divided by 0.2. That is 32 divided by 2. And put the decimal point there. It becomes 1.6, right? Because 32 divided by 2 is 16. 16. But here the decimal point is there. So it becomes 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 12. Right? Now again that is equal to 9 into 10 raised to, here 9 into 10 raised to 9. 9 into 1.6 into 10 raised to 9 into 10 raised to minus 12. That is equal to 10 raised to negative 3, right? This 10 raised to negative 3. And we can change this point by multiplying it with the 10. So it becomes 9 into 16 into 10 raised to negative 4, right? We can change this decimal point 1.6 into 16 by multiplying it with the 10. And that 10 is added with the 10 raised to minus 3. So it becomes 10 raised to minus 4. So we get R square is equal to 9 into 16 into 10 raised to negative 4, right? But we want to find out the distance of separation between them, R. So what is the value of R? R is equal to root of 9 into 16 into 10 raised to negative 4. R is equal to root of 9 into 16 into 10 raised to negative 4. Okay. So R is equal to, what is root of 9? Root of 9, square root of 9? 3. 3 into, what is the square root of 16? 4 into, what is the square root of 10 raised to negative 4? 10 raised to negative 2. All right. So R is equal to 3 into 4 into 10 raised to negative 2. So we get R is equal to, what is 3 into 4? 3 into 4 is equal to 12. 12 into 10 raised to negative 2 meter. This is the unit of distance, meter. Or we can write it in terms of centimeter, that is equal to 12 centimeter. Right? So this is the distance of separation between the two charges. Okay. This is the distance of separation between the two charges. And what is the force is exist here? What is the force? Is it is force of attraction or force of repulsion?
Attraction.
Force of attraction, because the both charges are contain the equal and opposite sign. So here the force exerted by one sphere over the other is force of attraction. All right. Is it is clear, this problem? Do you have any doubt? No? Can we move to the next question? In your page number 46,
Yes,
question number 1.8. 1.8. Others are based on this theoretical portion. We can discuss the numerical questions. Question number 1.8 of textbook, page number 46. Okay. What is the question? We can see now. 2-point charges QA is equal to 3 microcoulomb and QB is equal to -3, -3 microcoulomb are located 20 centimeter apart in a vacuum. So here also the medium of separation is free space. So the first question, what is the electric field at the midpoint 0 or midpoint O? We can take it as O of the line AB joining the two charges. And the second sub-question, if a negative test charge of magnitude 1.5 into 10 raised to -9 coulomb is placed at this point, what is the force experienced by the test charge? So this is the problem. So we want to consider the two charges, QA and QB, with charges 3 microcoulomb and -3 microcoulomb. They are separated by a distance of 20 centimeter. All right. Okay. So we consider the two charges, Q1 and Q2. What charge is present here? 3 microcoulomb. And here it is -3 microcoulomb. It is separated from the midpoint. The test charge is placed at the point, at the midpoint. What is the test charge that we are already placed when we are doing the derivation? +1 coulomb charge. +1 coulomb charge is the test charge that we are placed at the midpoint O. Okay. So the entire distance between these two charges is given by 20 centimeter. This is the entire distance. Then can you divide this distance into two? The separation of the charge Q1 from the midpoint, it is given by 10 centimeter. And that of the charge Q2 and the midpoint O is given by 10 centimeter. Clear? Okay. And what is our question? Our question is to calculate what is the electric field at the midpoint O. We want to calculate the electric field at this point O due to these two charges. How we can calculate the electric field? The net electric field can be calculated by the superposition principle, that is given by E1 plus E2. That is, it is the electric field plus E2, E3, etc. up to En. That is, it is the electric field due to the individual charges that is given by the net electric field. So what is the net electric field? The net electric field is the electric field due to the individual charges. Okay. So we want to consider what is E1 and E2 here. So here we have two charges, Q1 and Q2. Q1 with a charge 3 microcoulomb and Q2 with a charge minus 3 microcoulomb. And they are separated from this center. At the center, we are placing the test positive charge, that is plus 1 coulomb. So the distance of separation between this middle point to this charge Q1 is given by 10 centimeter. And from the middle point to the Q2 is given by 10 centimeter. And the entire length of charge separation is given by 20 centimeter. Okay. Now, what about the electric field exists here? The electric field is pointing always in positive to negative side, right? So it is pointing in this direction, E1. And E2 is also pointing to the electric field due to the point charge. Q is also pointing towards the same direction because the direction of the electric field is always from positive to negative, right? So the direction of the electric field E1 is also from plus 1 to negative side. Here also the electric field E2, it is also from positive to negative. So along the same direction. Okay. So we can write the expression for E1. E1 is the electric field due to the charge Q1 on this plus 1 coulomb charge. It is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by R square, or Q1 divided by R square. That is equal to, what is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0? 9 into 10 raised to 9 into Q1 divided by R square. What is Q1? Q1 is 3 microcoulomb, positive 3 microcoulomb. So that is 3 into 10 raised to minus 6. 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb divided by R square. What is the distance of separation between this charge Q1 and that of the unit positive test charge? What is the distance of separation between Q1 and that of the unit positive test charge?
10 centimeters.
Yes, it is 10 centimeter. So we convert it into meter. It becomes 10 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square. Okay. Similarly, what is the expression for E2? Expression for E2. E2 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q2 divided by R square or R2 square. Here we can write R1 square. So it becomes equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9. Q2 is here minus 3 coulomb, but we are not considering the sign. We are considering only the magnitude. It becomes 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by R2 square. Here also the distance of separation between S.
Instead of finding E1, E2 and adding them, can't we just use the formula for multiple charges, like field for multiple charges?
As the field due to multiple charges E is equal to E1 plus E2, right? Summation of E1 plus E2, right? That?
Yeah. Instead of that, we could use like that sigma and all was right?
Yes, of course. After finding the C1 and E2, we are moving to that step. Achut. Okay. So here 10 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square. Okay. Now we are moving to the equation of electric field due to a system of charges. But here only 2 charges are there. So we don't want to take this summation sign and all. We can just add them. That is the net electric field. E net is equal to E1 plus E2. Because they are both in the same direction. Here E1 plus E2. It becomes 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. Instead of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, we can write 9 into 10 raised to 9. So 9 into 10 raised to 9 Q1 is 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by 10 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square plus E2. What is E2? 9 into 10 raised to 9. 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by 10 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square. Okay. Now, when we look this denominator, the same terms are repeated. That is 9 into 10 raised to 9, 3 into 10 raised to minus 6, plus here also 9 into 10 raised to 9, 3 into 10 raised to minus 6, right? So we can take it as 2 times. It becomes equal to the net electric field, E net. The net electric field, E net is equal to 2 into 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by, instead of writing it 2 times, we are multiplying it with 2 because here these 2 terms are repeating. So 2 into 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by 10 into 10, that is 100. 100 into 10 raised to minus 4. Okay. 100 into 10 raised to minus 4. Now, we can solve these terms. It becomes 9 into 10 raised to 9 and 3 into 10 raised to minus 6. What's value? Here this 9 and minus 4 is cancelled. Can we cancel? No, no. It's not possible. 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 3 into 10 raised to minus 6. Here we can cancel this 10 raised to minus 4 and 10 raised to minus 6. It becomes 10 raised to minus 2, right? So the net electric field, E net is equal to 2 into 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 3 into 10 raised to negative 2 divided by 100. Okay. Then 10 raised to 9 and 10 raised to minus 2. It is again cancelled. So we get 2 into 9 into 3 into 10 raised to 7 divided by 100. What is 9 into 3? It is 27. 9 into 3 is 27. 27 into 2?
54.
Yes, 54. So the net electric field, E net is equal to 9 into 3 is 27. 27 into 2 is 54. 54 into 10 raised to 7 divided by 100. So we can cut this 100 with this 10 raised to 7, right? So it becomes the net electric field E net. Here this 100 is actually in the form of 10 raised to negative 2. That is why I'm cutting it. So 100, we are just cutting this 100 with this 10 raised to 7. So we get 54 into 10 raised to 5, right? 54 into 10 raised to 5. What is the unit of the net electric field? Unit of net electric field. Do you remember the unit of? Coulomb. Yes, it's right. It is Newton per Coulomb. Newton per Coulomb. This is the unit of net electric field. So we solved the first equation, first sub-question. Now what about our second sub-question? The second sub-question is that if a negative test charge of magnitude 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 9 Coulomb is placed at this point, what is the force experienced by the test charge? What is the force experienced by the test charge? That is, here we are considering the two charges. One is 3 microcoulomb and other is minus 3 microcoulomb. It is separated from a middle point O, and the total distance between them is 20 centimeter, right? So now instead of a positive 1 plus 1 test coulomb charge, we are asked to place a negative test charge at the middle. A negative test charge. And what is its value? Negative 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 9, right? 10 raised to minus 9 coulomb. 10 raised to minus 9 coulomb. Okay. Now, and the question is this. So instead of placing that charge, we are placing a negative 1 point. So if a negative test charge is placed there, what is the force experienced by this middle point? What is the net force experienced by this middle charge that we want to calculate? Okay, so here we have positive 3 microcoulomb, and here at the middle, the test charge is negative. So what force is experienced by this charge Q1? It is experiences a force of attraction. So the direction of the force is along this direction. Okay. It is attracted towards this positive charge. So this is the direction of force F1. Similarly, what about the charge experienced by Q2? The test charge, what force is experienced by this test charge due to this Q2?
Repulsion.
It is repulsion, and it is also directed in this direction because the test charge is repelled by the charge Q2, right? So here F1 and F2 is along the same direction. So how we can calculate the net force? F is equal to F1 plus F2. Again, substituting the values for F1 and F2, we have, using the Coulomb's law, 9 into 10 raised to 9 into Q1, Q2 divided by R square. Q1, Q2 by R square, that is 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by R square. What is the square distance between the charges given here? Here it is 10 and it is 10. So it becomes 10 into 10 raised to minus 2 the whole square plus 9 into 10 raised to 9, 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 3 into 10 raised to minus 6. Divide, not 3. Why you are not correcting me? What is the distance of separation? What is the two charges here? At the middle, we have negative 1.5. We are finding the Coulomb's law between these two charges, Q1 and that of middle. Similarly, the distance of separation between Q2 and that of the middle. So 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 9. Similarly, here also plus 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 1.5 into 10 raised to negative 9 divided by 10 into 10 raised to minus 2, the whole square, right?
Ma'am,
Yes, Achyut.
ma'am, it is 10 into 10 raised to minus 2 whole square, right?
Yes, 10 into 10 raised to minus 2 whole square, right? So what happens here? Again, here the numerator and denominator, the same terms are repeated. So we can write the net force equal to 2 times 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 3 into 10 raised to negative 6 into 1.5 into 10 raised to negative 9 divided by 100 into 10 raised to negative 4. Okay. So when we solve this, we get 9 into then 3 into 1.5. While solving this, we get 2 into, cancels these terms, 2 into 10 raised to 7, not 2 into 10 raised to 7, 2 into 9 into 10 raised to 7 into 3 into 10 raised to 2 into 1.5 into 10 raised to -9. By cancelling this 104, we get like this. Then finally we have 9 into 2 is 18. 18 into 10 raised to 7 into 3 into 1.5 is given by 4.5. 4.5 into 10 raised to -4. While multiplying, we get the final answer 81 into 10 raised to -4 Newton. Okay, this is the final answer that we got. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we can discuss the problems on the next class. I think this time is over. So we can wind up the today's class. Okay. So what you want to do, you must thorough with the equations and we can discuss the rest problems on next class. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.